Hello again, crash course for Mindprint. Again, you're going to see this out of my face because I'm dual monitoring. So here's Mindprint, and if you Googled Mindprint, or most of the schools are going to use this login site for Mindprint at mindprintlearning.com, and they can log in from here by using an appropriate school name like Berkeley at mindprintlearning.com, and then it's going to be capital Mind, like just the M is capital, and then their zip code, and that will log them into their account. So you can really log in as anyone by doing this. As an administrator, all the school accounts are administrator level at Mindprint, and this is going to probably be a little bit different when the whole Canvas integration is there. But this is what it's looking like for now. And I think to download reports, they're probably still going to have to go here for a while, so I wouldn't count on that. However, this isn't really what you are going to ultimately use. You really never actually have to go to this website. Instead, what you're going to go to is account.mindprintlearning.com. This is the thing that actually gets you to the like account level, the super administrator level that we're at. And so our password is fusionacademy.com, and I'm not gonna, this is a video, so I'm not gonna say what the password is here, but you can see it in my document. And you'll log in here, and this gives you access to all of the different schools that we have across our district, including ones that are defunct at this point. Just go ahead and pick Alexandria, and if you're here, we can purchase more credits for them. They're down to 12 credits, which is totally fine. Essentially, my advice I give people is when they're sub 10 to warn me. And then what I do is most of the time buy between like 20 and 30 more. So I would just purchase, and then I would type 20 or 30. I would say purchase credits, and then you just basically spent $1,000, but a couple clicks. And then you'll add those credits to make it so that these people have more tests to use. These are the number of tests that they can conduct before they essentially run out of tests that we've purchased for them. Now we're going to click on Impersonate, and now it is as if we logged in as the Alexandria Proctor. It says Fusion Alexandria here, which is technically a different account, but it is, for all intents and purposes, the same thing. You can see here all the students that have taken a Mindprint and are ready to go, at least all the active ones. It looks like Claudia Carruthers here has been added and hasn't yet tested, so hopefully they're going to test her soon. If they've forgotten to test her, they might want to end up deleting her. Only in the sense that, like, when I say forgotten, I mean like she has moved on from the school and like she shouldn't really be in there anymore. But if they're going to test her, it's totally cool that she's in there. If you do delete a student, you do get the credit back, but for now she's basically taking up the credit, which again is totally cool if they're actually going to test her. We can also look at their inactive students. I bet that Alexandria has done a nice job. They've made this a very clean account, which we really appreciate. So they've marked off students that have left their school. Just to kind of clean it. But in case you ever need to like look at the data, there's more data in inactive students that were Fusion students. My toolbox is for searching for resources and things like that, helpful for learning, but not really anything that we need right now. Add and assess students. Schools are responsible for doing this. They can see how many they have. You can see that it looks like it's $199. For us, it's actually $50 per test. And then we don't generally do assign product to existing student, because always what we're doing is creating a new student to create the product. It says here that things are optional. We really want to try to hammer home that student ID should not be optional, because it makes it very, very hard for us to track students when people, all sorts of things, right? My name is Nicholas Henning in a system, so someone types Nick Henning, and then all of a sudden it's very, very hard to match me to my MAP scores or to anything else that you want to match me to. If I don't have a student ID number. So I do really encourage people to try to put in those student ID numbers. Manage users is helpful. Kind of back in the day, what we used to do was give every teacher an account, give every administrator an account, and IT is not so happy about the fact that we just have one Proctor account, but it is a lot cleaner, and people have their answers pretty much immediately in terms of like how you can log into this account. It's a lot faster that way when there's turnover on campuses. But some people will use this. If you need to, you can add new users that way. They do need an email address to do so. Manage groups, this doesn't really matter. You don't actually have to do anything with this at all. Student reports is helpful for you, and probably mostly for you. Campus leader could look at this. The only one I ever end up really looking at, and wouldn't much recommend leaning too much on the other ones, is the cognitive report. That's the strength of MindPrint, so that's kind of what we primarily use it for. This is cool. Manually I can come here and sort of like organize, so I can see, these students here had invalid scores, these students had support scores, and so on and so forth. So you can organize by certain metrics here, or just by student name. You can download these to Excel. When you download them to Excel, by the way, they are going to just be color-coded boxes, but if you highlight them and make the text black, you actually can see it. So they kind of tried to hide it on purpose, but that actually allows you to kind of manipulate it in Excel. So just be aware. Again, download to Excel and then there, highlight them, make the text black, and you can actually treat them on number values rather than just these colors here, which can help you to manipulate things. Testing Portal is for testing virtually, remotely. And that is MindPrint, Crash Course. Good to go.